Well, it's been 2 hours
It has.
to figure this out.
Super
But
fantastic.
we made it.
We made it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going. We're doing it.
I'd love to say this is our first time, but
I'm
Well,
gonna start
it is
drinking
our
soon.
first time.
it is.
It is really. It still smells like Adam's farts in here.
Yes, it does. Way to go.
Sorry. I'm really sorry. Like it's from the gains. It's all about the
From
gains.
the gains.
From the gains.
All right. Well,
Cheez-Its.
That's what she said.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BROxFire podcast. This is our first episode of the BROxFire podcast. My name is LJ Regine. I am the owner of BROxFire Fitness, this lovely gym that we are sitting in right now. I've got my two co-hosts with me who are both my members. We'll start over here. We have
Adam Holden.
Adam Holden.
Yes, that's me.
That
That
is
is me.
you.
I'm a member here at the BROxFire gym. One of three best friends, bros, as we may say. Don't look at me like that. Seriously, don't look at me like
He just
that.
asked what your name was, man. That's all. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
And who are you?
I'm Will Fuller. I'm the third of the best friends.
Well, you're really the second.
I'm the third.
He's third,
I'm the
but
third.
I'm first, and that's what matters.
That's all that matters because, well, yeah. And
Yeah.
I also work out
At
I know
BROxFire.
I know it shows.
At this gym.
I'm flexing right now.
Yes.
No, don't you flex. That doesn't make me feel better when you flex.
It's for the viewers at home.
I'm covered up. That's
Okay. So why are we here, guys? Like, what are we doing? Tell me.
We're doing a
Talk to me.
podcast. We're doing
We
a
are doing a
podcast as
podcast.
three bros
Three bros
in Fort Lauderdale.
in Fort Lauderdale. So we kind of decided that all we normally do is just hang out, talk, shoot the shit, say dumb shit to each other. Occasionally we say some intelligent
Sometimes.
and irreverent shit to each other.
Sometimes. But then we just completely screw it up and go a different direction. And that's classic. But I mean, we did start this whole idea having a conversation via chat. We had a three-way chat.
We have a three-way text. Yep.
Called the Powder Puff Bros.
Called the Powder Puff
We
Bros.
were going to name the podcast that, but
we thought it wasn't
it
marketable.
was definitely not marketable.
So we
I don't
settled
think
on
people would've listened.
BROxFire because we are BROxFire. It's a culture, it's a community that I created, but it was basically a vision and an idea that I had. And then as I started to gain members and gain traction, it just kind of continued to grow and evolve and change. And these two guys to my left and my right have been super integral to what BROxFire is. So essentially what we're going to be talking about are a couple different topics. We're each going to be anchoring a section on the podcast. Will, what's your section going to be called?
I mean, you created the name.
Yeah, you did this last time. I figured by that we did the test podcast. Now we're
Man
gonna
About
go-
Town.
That's right.
There it is.
Man About Town.
I was like, son of a gun. I was not prepared for
although
that.
I feel like it should be like bro about.
Don't change it. I just
right.
remembered it.
All right, well, maybe we'll-
So, Man About Town is basically, it involves networking, style, combining them both. Places that you want to be, places you should be. If you're not there, why you're not. Things like that. And pretty much just help you out there. Just to be a really good-looking bro and enjoy your life. And
Yeah, dress to impress.
dress to impress.
Yeah. Awesome. And then Adam, what is your section called?
That would be Understanding with Adam.
See, that was so much easier.
Understanding with Adam.
What do you mean
What
it's
was
so much
easier?
easier?
I'm just saying it's easier. Okay,
I'm
go.
a simple person.
Explain that. Understanding with Adam.
Yeah, what is understanding?
Every 2 weeks or every week, and maybe one day every week.
Every hour on the hour.
Every hour on the hour. It's 60 minutes. Basically, we're going to go into things that we may be taking for granted, and I'm going to let you know about a little, knowledge, little knowledge nugget, maybe I can say.
Like things in our life that we use every day or that are involved in our lives every day. You're going to give us a little bit of inside information.
Yeah, thank you. You do a lot better explaining things than I do.
I don't even know why we're explaining
Wait a
it.
second.
I don't know why.
Yeah, like it's understanding with Adam, so you should be.
We're going to explain how to understand with Adam. That's what
Okay.
we're going to do.
Well,
You do a good job at that.
thanks, man. And my section is called Go Pro, bro.
He pauses.
He paused.
I do have a dramatic pause sometimes when I, share that. But so basically, a lot of the things that I do in my life at this point are geared around leadership development, mindset, because fitness ultimately is really about your mindset. So I thought for my section, I would take life lessons, things that I'm learning, experiences I'm having, and share them, and talk about lessons I'm learning along the way, and turn that into how you can be a more professional bro in your life. Maybe you're in a similar situation. Here's how I handle it. Here's how these guys would have handled it, and maybe it'll give you some insight on how you can take your life and level up with whatever you're working on professionally or even personally in your relationships, maybe with your dog, your cat.
I've got cats.
The guy at the supermarket, I don't know.
Or the guy at Best Buy who tells you where to go.
I don't have a
wrong
supermarket.
area.
I shop at a supermarket.
Yeah, I want you to both remember, this is our first podcast, so I want you two both to remember that talking like this, like you're talking in a bed, is not helpful.
We're learning.
I could put the mic in my mouth if it helps.
I don't want to yell at you. We're not yelling.
Yeah, I know. We're just having a conversation.
I'm close to the mic. You told me I had one job, and that was to be closer to the mic.
One job closer to
Apparently
the
you're
mic.
failing at that as well.
I'm close.
So just so you get a little bit of context, this is like 2 hours later than we wanted to start this.
Yeah.
It turns out there's a lot of tech involved in starting a podcast, but since we're, do-it-yourself kind of bros, we are doing it ourselves, and so we've kind of jerry-rigged the situation a little bit, but we think it's going to work.
And if you hear a little echo, fuck you. That's all I can say.
You can go fuck off and turn the podcast
until
off.
we figure this out. Fuck off.
Yes.
And I know there's a bunch of guys out there right now being like, well, all you have to do is blah, blah, blah.
Well, you're not
We're
here
like, fuck
doing
you,
this.
because we Googled the shit out
Write
of
us
it.
an email. You're gonna on the website. There's gonna be a section for you to contact us. Let us know how the fuck to get it working right, because we got 2 computers, 3 microphones. It's
And
been a
amazing
shit show.
voices.
A
My
trip to
brain
Best
is
Buy.
fried.
We've been fried for the past.
I don't even know what
But
my
this is
knowledge
actually
nugget.
good because we're relaxed. We're actually really anxious this past out.
I was like, you're
But,
right.
If you can't tell.
I think you literally said you want to kill everyone. So
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Why are you telling people I said that?
well, because you said we were relaxed. Let's not lie to the people.
Well, you know what would help us make us more relaxed?
Yes.
Every show, what we're going to do is one of us is going to bring a alcoholic beverage of our choice. We're going to talk about it a little bit, and we're going to share a beverage. Because what do you do with your bros? You go out to the bar, you have some drinks. Well, this is kind of our bar here at BROxFire, wouldn't you say? It looks like a bar.
It looks like a bar.
Looks like a bar.
Man-made.
Little
Man-made,
bobbleheads
yes.
here.
I made it with a really amazing man named Najib Reyes. So shout out to Najib for helping us make this desk.
Did not know that this was what he was going to be building it for. So
He did. I was like, I want a front desk at my gym because
For
a
a
lot of gyms don't.
Podcast desk.
Oh,
there we go.
That's what we were
Let's go to the drink, shall we?
talking about there.
it's multi-purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
Multi-purpose.
So. All right, Adam.
Let's
sorry.
Let's go.
I'm sorry. I
okay.
really am.
Is that glass have? What's up with the glass? Why is the bottle like that?
Well,
Did you open it?
yeah. Actually, I did open this.
Did you already drink some?
23 days
23
earlier.
days ago?
23 days earlier from here, when I decided that I should stop drinking, and now
What
because
does 23 days earlier from here mean?
It's
I don't
kinda
know.
like-
I
it's
just
kinda like
looked at the
23
camera and
days
just
later.
smiled.
But yes, I have drank this
trying to-
before. It is
23 days earlier. That could be like a movie starring you. Sorry, I'll let you talk. I'm so
going.
sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm so sorry.
23 days ago when I thought it would be a good idea to stop drinking. Well, apparently it was not a good idea to stop drinking. So today we're going to start drinking again.
Right.
With the great Macallan. It's the Macallan.
Not McClellan.
No, not McClellan. Not Macallan. The Macallan.
The Macallan.
That's how you pronounce it?
12-year aged double cask scotch.
All right, so this is a big boy.
This is,
a big bro drink.
This is.
Well-
And this is actually
I'm not a big bro on this.
courtesy of Rocket Matter, the company that took over my company that I now work for.
Nice.
This was a Christmas
It was a
present.
gift. Oh, that's awesome.
It was a
Oh,
Christmas
wow.
Well, I imagine the smell is very strong in that. Like it's got a very
It is.
pungent smell. I'm
It's
hoping that
actually-
it
it's-
covers the smell of Adam's fart that's still lingering from about 10 minutes ago.
He walked.
He literally walked like 2 feet over there.
And we're like, and then
farted, and then proceeded to walk immediately back towards us.
rule number 1,
Like-
stay where you are.
Like, why are you crop dusting? Like, what was that? Like, you
He did
brought
crop
the
dust.
fart to us. and then we're trying to fix these fucking microphones. It smells bad. And then
I'm
he
crying.
starts spraying like Pledge cleaner.
It works.
Like that covers the smell.
Just a little. Thank
All
you.
right.
Oh, that's even. All right. Well, cheers to that.
So what you want to do is you want to just circle that in the glass a little bit. Let the ice melt in there, as it probably already has.
Yeah.
And it's going to be smooth, guys.
Cheers again.
It's smooth.
Cheers, bros.
Cheers.
Happy first podcast.
Happy first podcast.
If you've made it this far, just wait. It's going to get even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Well, no, the whole point of this podcast is to make sure that people understand that this is what life would be like, seriously, if we were sitting over there by
On the
ourselves
couch.
without a
That's true.
microphone.
Without
and
a
camera.
microphone.
Yeah. We would have literally had the same conversation.
Yeah.
If you're interested or just want to be part of it, welcome. If you don't, bye. But we're also going to educate you. So those are some things that I'm really excited about.
And like our significant others don't really want to sit around and listen to us talk, or
No.
in Adam's case, his pillow doesn't want to sit around and listen to him talk. I'm sorry, bro, I had to. I'm sorry.
all
You know,
good.
I studied theater
good.
in school, and a lot of it was comedic, and so sometimes things just come to my head, and I don't mean it in a personal way, bro.
It's all good.
I love you.
It's all good.
You can get any.
I am
lady-
usually the butt of a lot of jokes.
Yeah, but you're so good-natured about it, and I think that's why.
well,
I
no,
feel
I don't
it's
think he
okay.
is.
I don't think he.
No,
takes
he
it
gives me this
personally.
death look across, and you don't see it. But I'm going to take a
No, I
fucking
can't
picture.
see either of you because it's like
microphone.
a sea
It's
of
like a jungle.
microphones.
But I get this look, like when I'm like, nice polo. He's like, and it's like a deep look. It's kind of.
Yeah, because we'll get into what Will thinks about polos.
Yeah, in a
when we
minute
get
here.
into Man About Town.
I'm going to actually talk a little bit about that with this.
we
I don't want to jump ahead.
no,
You
it's totally
jump
fine.
ahead.
Well, you know our friend Ty Richardson.
Yes,
When
Dr. Ty,
Dr.
please.
Ty Richardson.
Doctor.
What he does when he wants you to stop talking is his eyes get really wide. Have you ever been in a meeting with
Yep.
him? And his eyes just do this.
And he's got a great smile.
He
but,
does.
But when he does the crazy eye thing, you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and like
then
it's
you
usually
stop
when
talking.
you're talking and you're like you think you're on a really awesome point, and he's just over there across the table like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he literally
his
says,
eyes.
shut the fuck up
Yeah.
with his eyes. And then I'm looking at him, I'm like, you want me? Oh, okay.
Oh,
What?
all right. Well,
And then once you in there, and he's like, and then he compliments you. He'd be like, that's a great point, Will. But I can't do his accent. I wish I could.
he has an accent. He doesn't think he does, but he has an accent.
He does have
Maybe
an-
he'll be a guest on the show. So one thing that you're going to look forward to, guys, that we'd love for you to look forward to is we're going to be inviting some cool people to come talk to us and chat with us and just hang out and be one of the bros for a day. So look out for that. But I think for the foreseeable future, it's going to be just the three of us. So
We gotta
you
get the
guys get used to
microphones
how
to
we
work.
do
we're gonna have
things.
to get these microphones to
we're going to have
work
to get a
at some
fourth microphone, and that just might. I think we all just might spontaneously combust at that point.
Yeah.
Should have seen Will in Best Buy.
How about that
We got to Best Buy.
How about that drive over to Best
And
Buy?
Will was like, "Where's your microphone section?" And the guy was like, "I don't think we have one." And Will was like you could
By
just
the way,
see like
to the guy at
eye.
the front door at Best Buy, it's in the back right-hand corner.
It's in the
of your
back
store.
right-hand corner.
No,
of your
he said
store.
back left hand.
Well,
You know,
it's
he
in
said
the
it.
right.
No, he didn't know where it was. He said we didn't even have one.
Right.
Right.
Then he
didn't
goes,
say anything.
oh, I think it's in the
He like pointed this way. He like like you're fucking taxing an airplane. He like pointed forward, and we were like, all right. Well, anyways, you don't care about that. But I think what we should do is start with the Sport Pop and Fort report.
I love
The
it.
what?
The Sport Pop and Fort
It's
report.
a little surprise. Surprise.
It's a little surprise
We just
for
made
you,
this up
bro.
today.
Okay, I didn't know about this.
So,
but
Will,
let's
why
go.
did we come
I'm
up with the
excited.
Sport Pop and Fort report?
Because I feel like you came up with the
That's
name.
a mouthful.
I
know, and you know the
names.
funny thing is when he texts me, this is what I think it should be called. He didn't even let me respond. He put his own laughing emoji. Like he just enjoyed him.
I made
his own
myself
company
laugh, and that's what
and
mattered.
made himself laugh,
Yeah.
and that's good. I'm happy
Yeah.
for him. But the reason why we came up with this is there's a lot of things going on in Fort Lauderdale. There's a lot of things going on in the world, and then we have sports, which I know a lot of bros like to talk about. So we're kind of combining them real quick just to get our opinions on them, and we don't give a shit what you think. If we don't like it, or if we have our opinions, that's just the way it is. And you just
We
have
don't
to
give a
listen.
shit what they think or what we think of each other.
Both. Because whatever you think, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
"Fuck
I
you,
don't care."
But we're just gonna go around and just
Let's talk about, okay, so we're going to start with the pop question, because I think that's a good way to ease us into this.
Yeah.
So the question, so obviously we've all been reading the news, and if you haven't, you're probably living under a rock. I imagine Adam doesn't know anything about this.
He does live under a rock. No.
I don't know what I was going to say. Prince Harry has exited stage left.
Yes.
As the Prince of England, and he enjoins his wife, Meghan Markle from New Jersey, and son Archie. Who's Archie?
His fucking son.
Whose son? They don't have a kid.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Do?
Oh
No,
my
they don't.
God. How much
Bro.
do you want to bet?
Bro, you're telling me I live under a rock?
Shit. I'm glad we're
I
getting
thought
this
the
on a
royal
podcast.
baby was Kate and Charles's baby.
No, they got 2 now.
They have.
Bro, okay, whatever. So Archie, what a dumb fucking name Archie is.
Well,
Let's just talk about that.
Sorry,
that's
I'm
not the
sorry
point.
with
Continue the
anybody who's
conver-
listening to this with the name Archie.
Why are you sorry? They should be like, yeah, that is a dumb name. But
dude,
it's
there's
my
a guy
name.
Archie right now listening. He's like, "Fuck this podcast."
Fuck these guys. So what do we think about them moving to Canada? I have lots of opinions about this. So
I know you do.
So I want to know what you guys think first, and then I'm going to share my opinion.
I'm gonna chime in real quick.
I mean,
I know you want to, but this is all I really want to say is life's gonna be different, bro. you had a royal life. You were living the shit. Now people are like, "Oh, the paparazzi."
the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, right? That was their official title.
Yeah.
yeah,
That
which
was a
they're not allowed to
kick-ass
make money
fucking-
off of. They're not allowed to make money
No,
off that name.
They were driving like sweet ass Land Rovers. They had
I'm pretty sure that was their grandma's.
exactly. They had a fucking helicopter. Oh, I want to go to the jungle in Africa.
Well, guess what? They flew to Canada.
And now they're in fucking Canada. And what's the temperature in Canada?
Cold.
Freezing.
Canada.
Enjoy that, bro. Enjoy that life. And now you're just a normal guy.
Okay,
I
so
mean, she's an actress.
I know, but
apparently.
yeah, but she's a D-list actress.
yeah.
Like literally.
She was on Suits.
So here's my thing.
I'd wanna
like,
be on
what
Suits.
kind of bro? And I don't care if you're gay, straight, whatever. Lets their partner convince them that it is in your best interest to no longer be a prince, to lose all of your money and access to your funds, your name, your potential future as a member of the royal family, to move to fucking Canada. I'm sorry, I just think that's such a pussy move.
mean,
she's running that relationship.
She's got baby Archibald. I mean, you gotta go with baby Archibald wherever they go.
Yeah, but it's not like she's making the decision for the baby. Like,
You just call him Archibald?
I have a child now. What should I do? Should I continue to be a prince, or should I go be a pauper in Canada?
Well, that's the point. Now he's gonna act like he's gonna wake up and be like, expect prince things. I don't know what the fuck. I've never been a fucking prince, so I don't know.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Thanks for clarifying that.
I like to
think that
pretend
you
sometimes,
have.
but I don't know the lifestyle. But I promise you, I guarantee you, it's gonna be different. And he's gonna go, "This sucks."
I don't think so. My perception is he is not leading his family.
No.
Like, he is supplicating to her and letting her make the decision.
I agree.
And I think that I understand you need to support your partner and what they want to do, but like at a certain point you need to like stand up for yourself,
She knew what
for
she
your
was getting
family
into.
line, and right. She knew she was marrying a fucking
And then
prince.
she's like, "I don't like this paparazzi, and they're making fun of me, dude. They did
Guys,
this thing."
But you went after a prince.
Yeah.
Like, what did you expect? You're a fucking princess. What did you expect?
Well, now she's acting
not
like a princess.
She's not a princess.
Well,
he
No,
he
she's not a princess.
married someone from Jersey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like the whole story behind it. And if it would have stuck, and she's like, "Oh, I'm all like," I watched that little TV show that how they got together.
Yeah.
It was all great, but then I was like, she's like, "Oh, I don't like that they're taking pictures. I don't like that they're calling me names."
She's the alpha in that relationship, and I just think that's embarrassing.
She is.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's great conversation. So what's your take? What is your full take on
Do you
it?
have a take on that?
I mean, do you want to know the full truth? I don't care.
I want you to lie to me, and then I want you to
I
talk.
care
don't
so
care.
much.
You don't care.
I don't care.
You don't give a shit.
I really don't care.
Okay.
He knew what he was getting into when he married someone from Jersey. This is a Jersey move.
Did he? He's a boy from England. How does he know what?
Dude, how the fuck does he know about Jersey?
Well, then she fucking stooped him, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Well,
that is
now
true.
she's got him,
She's an actress
and
on
he's in
Suits.
Canada. Listen, I've been to Canada.
It's nice.
It's a nice.
I like Canada. I've been snowboarding
Country.
in Canada.
It's a nice country.
British Columbia.
But no, I was just gonna say it's nice. But that was all I was gonna go.
They've got beautiful people.
It's a nicer place.
They've got
but
beautiful people.
It's a place.
dude, South Florida's nice. California, there's a place.
What if they were like, let's move to South Florida? That would be weird.
That
too.
would be weird, but
It's like the Beckhams coming here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's another topic for another.
Okay, so moving
Wait,
on.
like
We'll
Posh
move on.
Spice is coming here.
So that's done for the pop.
Yes, bro. The stadium that they're building for his
Oh my
his
god.
football or soccer
All right,
team.
I'm gonna be completely honest
Stadium.
that I had no idea about this.
Holy
at the
shit!
airport,
You
at the
are
executive
under a rock.
airport.
You just went back
I
under your
toured
rock.
that.
You just
All
went
right.
back under.
I like it underneath the rock.
And let's bring it back to Fort Lauderdale. So, for decades, Sears over here, literally right behind my building to the right, has occupied a busy corner in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And it has a shopping plaza. I don't know. I think there's a couple shops in there. I don't know what they're doing. I think maybe I got car insurance over there at some point. No. I had to get my license switched over, and they
Or your
rape
tires
Auto
changed.
center's still open.
Yeah.
The auto center.
And basically, this area, I mean, it's really nothing happening over here. It's kind of broken down. There's a big parking lot. They're developing now. They've got a apartment building right behind us, which we're going to talk about later in the show. But the developers, RK Center, just proposed to build multiple towers on the site where Sears sits. This is going to include two 30-story towers, a 15-story tower with 819. Not 820, not 818, but 819 residential units,
superstitious thing.
plus retail, restaurants, office space, a food hall, a 17-story, 240-room hotel with restaurants, another 15-story residential tower with 135 units, and a 10K square foot art studio. So nearby residents say buildings need to stop. Is that your conjecture?
No,
or
they
that's
say
what
it needs
you
to
were
stop
reading?
because of the sewage underground and everything like that.
I think that's just a Fort Lauderdale development issue.
Right.
Yeah.
But speaking as a business owner in this area, that's going to be huge for this area.
So another thing that I want to say about this area is that, and I'm nothing against your gym because
Right.
this is nice, but that area can be ghetto as fuck. Like
Yes.
it can be sketchy.
Someone got shot over there last week.
Fences falling down. They're not carrying the lights are out, so you just walking there can be dangerous for
So
somebody.
Flagler Village, historically, before 5 years ago, was kind of no man's land. There was a joke they were telling me about it that it basically was like where prostitutes were.
Right.
And now,
That's not a joking matter.
all right, Adam, little fucking box of fun over here.
I think it's hilarious.
And
so.
now, and now, like, there's so much cool shit happening to our city, and I think that's one of the reasons I moved here. I moved my business here,
Right.
Or I opened my business here, was because it's such an up and coming city. But you're right, there are some infrastructure issues that need to be addressed.
But they can fix those as they dig up the ground. As we're looking over here, this big pile of dirt where they're going to build a big condo, that's taking so long because they're fixing the underground. They're fixing
Right.
the plumbing.
And
the
like,
piping.
I'm going to ultimately benefit from that because they're going to repave the road. They're putting in different light poles. It's they're upgrading.
Right.
And the smaller businesses are going to be the beneficiary of that. But there are some inherent issues with that development, which again we will talk about later in the podcast. But do you have any opinion on the development happening here in our wonderful city?
growing.
Well, yeah. I mean,
the growth.
the underground pipeline is definitely something that has to be taken to consideration. Like how I lost water at my house, or how there's sewage near my house, or there's pipes bursting near my house. If you caught all of the things near my house that are happening, Will, you don't live here.
I don't. I live in Pompano.
Will thinks it's a great idea for all this to happen, but he also doesn't live here.
Well, I think that they know that this is a problem. I know. I mean, I know what you're saying. You're saying I don't live here, but I've heard about it.
I think it is a great thing. Do we need more people?
Yeah, I think people are here no matter what, and I think we got to put a place for them. And I think that building up instead of out is going to help. And I think
the
that
only way to go.
Yeah, and you know what? As long as they do it the right way, I've dug deep. Obviously, you couldn't read more into it, but they have a plan to even put more money into
The
infrastructure and everything. They want to help it, and that's the only way to do it is by putting the money into it. I just think when people are, the big excuse people are saying, and I'm doing air quotes, good thing we have a video, is that people are like, we have too many people. Like, no, you know what? We're going to get people anyway.
So one of the conversations I had in Leadership Fort Lauderdale, which is a leadership development program I'm part of at the Chamber, we had a conversation with a couple developers in the city, and what they were saying is the demand for apartments in this city is far outpacing the supply right now.
Right.
One of the developers was saying he's sitting on 3 plots of land that are condos because no one wants to buy, everyone wants to rent.
Right.
So he's pushing all of the apartment developments through. So, and people are always saying, like, why do they keep building more? And it's the demand is pretty astronomical. Moving people, letting people live downtown is what's really growing the business.
Right.
Because there weren't people living downtown before this all, like here in Flagler Village.
And it was
now where people-
sketchy. I mean, let's
it was
be
sketchy
honest.
as fuck.
Like, I could see, honestly, if there was just homes, everyday people, and they're knocking those places down.
Right,
I
like
get it.
Victoria Park, right?
Yeah.
Like where you live, for example. Like if they started like fucking knocking shit down, I think that would be an issue. But
Yeah.
there's so much, there's land here that's part of the city that, I think it's pretty exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope they do it. I mean, they're talking about signing the plans. I think that, especially this area, I mean, that's a busy street. They say that what they're going to do is they're going to change the way that street is because they have a 1 lane on Sunrise.
Yeah,
off
the
that
lights
whole-
are just ridiculous over there. It's also right where the train. That's the word I was looking for. That's
Bright
where the
line.
train is.
Yeah.
One of the things they were talking about, which is a future project that they would love to get funding for, is actually taking the trains in Fort Lauderdale and actually building elevation.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't fuck traffic anymore.
That's
I
it's a long
digress.
ways away, but yeah, I think if they just, instead of making them up all high, I just think if they just make that like over the roads, I don't know if they can do that. I don't know.
Well, let's move
Let's
on
skip.
to it's called the Sport Pop and Fort Report, but let's talk about the sport part of it. So I'll throw that to you, Will.
All right, well, I'll take over. I mean,
So that's what that means. Pop culture.
Pop culture.
I got it. Sorry, took me a while.
That's why Adam is Bro 3.
That's why. All right, so one of the things about the sports that I wanted to talk about is obviously Super Bowl's coming up. I don't know if everyone watches it. If you do, I know there's people
Who
are
doesn't watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, some people watch it for the halftime. I think it's Shakira and J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Isn't it J-Lo every year?
No.
Wow. He doesn't watch the Super Bowl.
I don't.
And I
watch
think
the
it's
Super
actually
Bowl.
more J-Lo featuring Shakira.
I know, but I like Shakira, and I'm not a big fan of J-Lo.
Shakira.
So, but
Okay. Words were just said.
I'm not.
We're gonna have words here.
All right,
You
let's
don't
continue.
Like J-Lo?
I'm not a fan of J-Lo at all.
Oh,
Have you seen
Dude.
her
I've seen her.
things? Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a fan.
we'll bring
Assets.
bring
call them
J-Lo into the
assets.
conversation during the next
Actor,
report.
horrible. Actress, I'm sorry.
Are you
horrible.
joking?
No.
She has given some great
Made in
performances.
Manhattan? Are you kidding
Well,
me
that's
right
not
now?
helping the case right now.
great.
She had Selena, her
sorry, I
first
have to talk to
movie.
the mic.
First of all, she won a Golden Globe for that. Number one.
That is
Number
actually-
She
two,
was singing.
she was nominated for a Golden Globe for her movie, the Hustlers movie that just came
Oh,
out.
he's a fan.
Triggered.
He's a-
Triggered.
He's
All right.
triggered.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's not
Anyway.
talk about J-Lo anymore.
Let's move
So-
on from that.
What are your plans for the Super Bowl?
Oh,
Obviously,
isn't that Derek
Adam,
Jeter's? Didn't they date? Never
No.
mind. Okay.
Nope.
That was Mariah
That
Carey.
was Alex Rodriguez, and he's married to her. But okay.
He's married to J-Lo? Doesn't she have a 17-year-old? All right, never mind.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
We're not. This is about J-Lo.
Don't know the baby if I.
He's a fan, but he doesn't know she's
Yeah, he
married
doesn't
to.
know who she's married to. Alex Rodriguez. Anyways, so
Okay. A-Rod.
what is your plans for the Super Bowl? Obviously, Adam doesn't watch the Super Bowl. And what is your go-to food when watching the Super Bowl?
Well, Adam doesn't watch the Super Bowl.
He thought J-Lo was in every single Super Bowl.
Oh,
So, yeah, no, I'm
That was
assuming
Queen Bee. I'm sorry.
Beyonce?
Beyonce.
she's not in everyone either.
Basically, she is.
Okay.
No.
No.
Last one?
What was your question?
My question was, I don't even fucking
What's your
know.
food?
What's the food, and where are you going to be? Where are you going to the Super Bowl?
I don't know. I think we got invited to a party that
Teresa.
a Facebook invite that was
I'm gonna say
confusing.
it. Teresa. Yeah, we got invited.
Created a Facebook invite, then didn't leave a message, left the message.
Yeah,
Like,
then she
all
sent
right.
a message on Facebook. So yeah, we're gonna be going to a friend's house. Adam, you want to join us?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Adam's in. Okay, great. So we figured that out. What's your go-to food? Teresa, pay attention because this is important for us.
Teresa. I'm a big fan of boneless buffalo wings.
Boneless. Yes.
What?
Listen.
Those don't exist in the wild.
Yes, I don't care.
No, they don't exist in the wild,
Bone-in
correct, but they
chicken takes
exist.
too long. It's a lot of work for not much chicken. I'm there for the food, not for the entertainment of trying to. eat it. So
Wings, bro.
Wings.
Bro,
so-
can I get that McKellen?
yeah, fill them back up.
Callum.
McKellen.
How
Can I
the
have
hell
a
you
little
say
bit
it?
more?
So wait
You
a
guys
minute.
haven't even drank yours.
Yeah, mine's gone.
Oh, okay.
That was actually pretty good. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
know.
So what's your go-to food?
It'd be wings.
Wings?
Wings, 100%.
All right. Well, we eliminated that. So we have one more thing that I want to talk about on the sports. Super easy.
100%.
Wow.
block
All right,
my
so
face.
there's this guy. He's a pretty famous guy here in Miami. His name is Derek Jeter. He's famous down here because he now is part owner of the Marlins. But before his time, he was a legend of a New York Yankee.
Yes.
Well known. A lot of people know him. Have you heard the name Derek Jeter?
Yes.
Okay, no, just all I want to hear. No, you're not a big baseball fan.
He dated Mariah Carey way back in the late 90s.
Great job.
Thanks.
You thought it was J-Lo before.
Which you just told me was educated me that was A-Rod.
Yeah. Okay. So Derek Jeter was voted into the Hall of Fame, which I think is obvious. However, 396 votes out of 397. I just want to ask, what are your thoughts of that one douchebag? It's the douchebag who was like, no, Derek Jeter doesn't belong.
Derek Jeter slept with his wife.
Is that what you think it is?
Yeah.
Derek Jeter slept with his...
I think he was a Red Sox.
Oh, that guy's wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, because he wouldn't even. No.
Yeah.
That wouldn't. Maybe.
Just as the last right to him.
Now my question would
still
be,
in.
was it an abstain or was it a no?
It was basically like,
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Like, he does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Basically, that's what that vote is. He's saying, no Hall of Fame for you. And I'm just saying, 396
Maybe
of the
it
sports
was-
writers said yes. It was like a no-brainer. They
Maybe-
got the ballot.
Maybe it
Maybe
was
he didn't
Mariah
sign
Carey.
a ball for his
It
kid.
was Mariah Carey. That was actually pretty good.
That was good.
She's like, yeah, you fucker. You're out.
No.
But, no, it bothers me. Just
I think that's a
because-
douche move.
I think it is a
mean,
douche move.
unless there's some sort of political, but like if just one person, so it's like
Maybe
I don't
they
know.
have to have one person say no.
No, because last year Mariano Rivera got in. He was unanimous.
Okay, here's what I would like. On the next episode, I want you to research the no vote, and I want to.
They
We're
can't
gonna
figure
find
it
out
out.
who it is.
It's private.
Oh, that's
my
so
point.
bullshit.
stupid.
Yeah.
If I was him, I'd want to be like, who was it that said no?
But no, that's Derek Jeter. Derek
He'd be
Jeter's
the
just
guy
like,
speaking
whatever,
out.
I'm in the Hall of Fame. But my point is, though, it's like that one guy knew he wasn't going to, because you know if the names got
I
posted.
like wouldn't sleep. I'd be like,
Who the fuck?
Who's this person?
Because he obviously deserved it for that, but one person.
Yeah,
And
that's fucked up.
so, yeah, I just thought that was a good topic to talk about in the sports section. So.
Yeah, so that was the Sport Pop and Fort report.
Love to know. That
Yeah.
name.
So we're gonna keep rolling through here now that we're kind of loosey goosey.
I want, you know what? I want some more.
Yeah, give the man some more.
He.
Are you resource guarding your McAllen over here?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think
Listen,
he's
I don't want
resource
that
guarding.
much more.
Yeah.
Just a little.
What a stingy fuck.
I'm loving that we're getting this. He's
What a
totally.
stingy fuck. Bro, we'll buy you some more McAllen.
Okay.
Wow.
Just a little dab will do ya. That's good. I just want a little sip. A little sippy sip. I
Do
don't
you
know.
see him right now?
He's a little jealous.
Yeah.
He's jealous that we're drinking his stuff. That's called bro sharing.
Yeah. Well, this is what bros do for each other. We consume each other's resources.
I would gladly just pour it all into your cups.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know if you'll be able to drive home.
No.
I wouldn't suggest
I don't want to do that. I drank
No.
last night and it's fucked me all day. So
Wow.
fuck that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk. Let's talk about Man About Town.
Yes.
So Man About Town. We're gonna talk a little bit about style. All right. So one of the things that we think are important for bros is to know how to dress. Obviously, clearly, in a sleeveless tank top, I clearly know what I'm doing. Will is one of the most stylish people that I know. I'm 100% sure that Adam knows, and he.
I don't even know, but
mean?
is it true though?
It is.
That's
Just the way that he said it.
I know it is the way he said that.
It's because I'm wearing a polo.
And it's also because you were being stingy on your alcohol.
And I think what's really cool is Will, his style is very masculine. It's very professional. Like, people always say, like, even tonight, someone at the gym was saying, you do dress really nice.
No, it was random, too.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there.
Yeah. So we're happy to have Will anchor this section. And go ahead, Will, take it away. Let us know.
All right, perfect. So, it's an honor to be able to have this conversation, and I think it's really important.
It's an honor.
It is an honor because you know what? Not everyone can be, like, walk into a room and be like, hey, that guy's dressed nice. Or, hey, I would like to learn from you. And I get asked a lot.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
People will take pictures and be like, hey, what do you think of this? And I have to give them my honest opinion, and sometimes it hurts. But my goal here in this time, what did you say?
He's adjusting.
I was adjusting
We're all
myself.
adjusting our balls here.
I just do a little shiver, like a little
Yeah, I wouldn't
shiver.
go that. Go that far.
So the thing that I really want to talk about today is about the difference between.
Excuse me.
It's not a bro podcast unless somebody burps.
And farts.
Well, they didn't hear that. Thank God, none of that anymore.
I still smell it.
They're really interested in hearing what I have to say.
They are not about Adam's farts.
Or burps. The one thing is that I think is important is that there's a difference between a suit jacket, a blazer, and a sport coat.
Okay, suit jacket, blazer, sport coat. Let's go down the line there. Let's start with suit jacket.
A suit jacket will have a matching trouser, like matching pants.
Okay.
So that's what makes the difference in a suit jacket.
Do you know what the difference between trousers and pants are? Are they the same thing?
I think they're the same thing. I believe trousers. I mean, that's just a fancy way of saying.
Yeah, I feel like British people call pants trousers.
Yeah. So I just said trousers. Anyways.
Harry.
Meghan
and
Markle. doesn't
Yeah,
call
just
them
bring it back to
trousers.
everything.
Markle.
Harry would be like, "Oh, trousers." I don't even know if that's
She'd
what
be
it
like,
sounds like.
those are pants. Do you see what his hands just did? He
No,
was
I
like,
That's how I run.
that is how he runs.
He does run like that.
That's
All right.
So back to
Sorry.
this. So, but anyway, so a blazer is basically a less formal jacket. So it's not going to have matching.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit different. They have a little bit different buttons. That's important. But a blazer is less. Now, one thing about blazers that you're going to find, especially if you go to those suit jacket warehouse places, is if you go there, you're going to notice that they have what a lot of people don't realize is shoulder pads. And I think that is the shoulder pads are, when you have the shoulder pads, it makes your shoulders look bigger. It doesn't give you that cut look that you want.
Now, so shoulder pads were very popular in the 80s,
And
right?
football.
Specifically for women, right? But have they ever been popular for men?
No, I don't think men knew that what they were wearing. I think it was just part of the outfit.
Because the idea was to create a silhouette that was masculine, right? That was like makes you right.
A box.
But what we do is we
I didn't hear you.
what
Box.
Oh, a box. Yeah.
box. But what we do is we create boulder shoulders here at the gym. So in lieu of getting shoulder pads, you need to just work your delts.
Just work your shoulder. And the important thing is that it just, when you're wearing a suit jacket or a blazer or a sport coat will come out too far if you have the shoulder pad. It should come right to the top of the shoulder. And that's important. If it's down too far, it's too big. It's got to come up right to where the point, like where your shoulder, it's like a bone right there. I don't know what the heck that bone, shoulder bone, I guess.
It's connected to your arm bone.
Arm bone, if that's the thing. So, so right there, it's got to connect. That's going to actually give you that look, and you also want to make sure that it's tapered. You want to have it taken in where you can feel it on your back and then also your sides.
So if you're a larger gentleman because you have muscle mass, like myself or Adam, and you, what would you say that
That's a problem.
I'm including you in this?
Thank you, I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. What would I often find that it's hard for me to fit into
Suit jacket.
the suit jackets because of my shoulders.
Right.
Would I size up? And okay,
So-
not even suit jackets.
Sport coats,
Sport
or a
coats
blazer.
or blazers.
Yeah, then
size
modern
up
blazer.
and then get it
Taken in.
Taken in.
So my recommendation is, yes, get it a size up that fits your shoulders.
Shoulders. Okay, so that's the
without
most
shoulder
important
pad-
piece.
The
Okay.
shoulders, because it costs so much to have that taken in.
Yeah.
The easiest part is to have it taken in the sides.
In the sides,
So,
yeah.
and you want to have something that is, we're in Florida. I know that you guys sweat a lot. And so the most important thing, you guys are sweaters, right? And
It's true. Adam particularly is a sweater.
I am.
he is. So my point is, you want something a little bit thin, and you'll get that down here in Florida. But what's also important is that when you have it taken in, it's got to have that button where it just comes right together. It shouldn't overlap, and that's important. Another thing is that I also want to make sure that you're understanding is that.
Can I ask a question before you move on?
Sure.
About buttons.
Go ahead.
What is protocol? 1 button or 2 buttons?
Never 2 buttons.
Never 2 buttons. Always 1 button.
Always 1 button, top one.
And
Saw one person
but
at
when
the
you
bottom.
sit down, you unbutton, and when you stand, you rebutton.
Right. You know what? You don't have to always button when you stand. That's just that. That's just a myth. People say you have to. The important is that you can button it. That's one thing.
Okay.
But when you do sit down, please do not sit down and have it buttoned. And here's a test: if you can sit down with your suit jacket buttoned, it's too big.
It's too big for you.
Yeah, because honestly, when you sit down, it should basically almost rip. And that is the fit that you should have. So that's a good question that you asked.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Also, you want to make sure that you're doing what I like to call like the cool colors when you're buying a jacket, especially if you're going to go out for a networking event or if you're just going to go out, about town. And you want to wear a jacket, you want to get the cold tones. You want to get grays, like almost like a little bit of a blue, dark blue, whatever. That's going to go with any outfit. Jeans. It's going to go with like different type of khakis if you wear khakis, anything like that. And you're going to be able to pull it off.
What are your feeling on khakis?
That's for another segment.
Okay.
But
All right.
but my feeling on khakis are if you get them to fit right, if you get the straight fit, then they're better. Don't get the baggy khakis.
Okay.
They need to fit the butt.
This is really great. I have so many questions about this. So I'm really excited for this section. I think it's really valuable. I think a lot of the bros out there want to know how to dress because, especially as many of us, we're a little bit on the older side. I think we're all like equidistant, right? You're the
I'm the
oldest. I'm the middle
elf.
child. Can you tell? And that's the baby. But a lot of younger bros who are just up and coming, maybe their girlfriends or their mom have dressed them, but to get no, seriously. I mean, like when I was younger, it was like my mom and my sister who would take me shopping, and like you get like a feminine or a female point of view about what you should be wearing. So to hear that from another dude of like this looks good and it feels comfortable, and I think that's really valuable. Right. So I'm just basically blowing smoke up your ass. So you're
Thank
welcome.
you. I like it. Like I said, I'm honored. So the other thing is that when you get the fit that's right on the suit jacket, you can wear a t-shirt underneath it, just a plain tee, white tee, V-neck.
Plain white tee.
Plain white tee.
That's a band.
That is a band.
And you can mix up the colors, but the colors can be easily mixed with the suit jacket if you do the cold tones. So I always like to say keep it cool and you'll be cool. Keep the cool colors. That's the best way to remember the jacket. Keep it cool.
I like that.
Also, another question that I get asked a lot about the suit jacket is the pocket square. Yes. Rock a pocket square. People go, what color? Doesn't matter.
Can you wear it not with a suit jacket, but with a sport coat?
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime you have that jacket, I honestly believe an empty pocket is not right. I think you should have a color. Now, if you're dressed up in a suit and you got everything matching, you might want to have a little bit of color matching. That's important. But if you're just out about town, if you're just going out to a networking event and you got a t-shirt on and your jeans, you're just going to see some friends, spice it up. Throw in some color. You can do pink,
little
yellow.
Pop of color.
Little pop of color. It doesn't matter because it's not going to, people are going to go, oh, that doesn't match. Be like, what the fuck do you know? That's what I like to say to people. Like, don't tell me. And then you'll see people walking by and be like, dude, you look good. And we look at that person and go, yeah, thanks. Make sure the pocket's square. And I take it serious, too, because people try to tell me, oh, they don't, and then I see what they wear. I've never had somebody who I go, wow, you dress awesome, say to me, that doesn't go.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually the haters who have opinions. It's in my experience, it's people who are not generally into fitness and or fit that have a lot of opinions about what being fit is and what fitness should be.
Right.
So,
and
totally
that's
with you.
Two last points I don't want to bring on the style side is that fitness is important.
Yes.
You want to make sure, I mean, like I've said before many times, is people look at a magazine and they look at an outfit, or they go to a store and they see a mannequin and they're like, fuck, that looks great. I want to wear it. They put it on, they're like, probably because if you look at the mannequin, even when you take the outfit off the mannequin's got a six-pack. They got perfect pecs, perfect shoulders. So the reason why is that's what looks good. That's what makes it fit good.
When it comes to shoulders, there's a couple of things going on here. So to really get that sort of masculine silhouette that I think makes a suit jacket look really good, there's three things. There's your traps, there's your shoulders, and then there's your lats. And I think if you can work in tandem to get all of those muscles in their peak form, you're going to look the best that you can. Right. It's not just shoulders. It's your back muscles, like I said, your traps. So when you're thinking about a fitness program or what you're trying to do or how you want to fill out your suit, make sure you keep those 3 muscles in mind. That's going to help you look, I think, like a fucking baller in a sport coat or a suit jacket.
And the last thing I want to say for when it comes down to the dressing up, and this is my advice that I live by every single day when I get dressed. Never be afraid of being the best dressed person in the room. Always be afraid of being the worst. If you live by that, when you put something on and you're like, oh, am I too dressed up? Unless you're wearing a fucking tuxedo. Like, obviously, don't go out and wear a tuxedo and be like, what? Why is everyone looking at me? My point is like, if you're going out to an event, you're like, oh, should I throw this jacket on? Or will I be too dressy? That's when you wear it. Because nobody will give a shit if you looked overdressed. But if you go to a place and you're in flip-flops, shorts, and a T-shirt, people are going to be like, dude, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
So my point is live by a certain motto. I see you smiling at me. But the thing is, it's just you can know where you're going, but at the same time, try to just dress to impress. Just try to get that outfit going.
I think when you stand out, obviously you don't want to stand out in a way that's like a faux pas, but like if you can stand out, people will remember you, and I think a lot of people remember you specifically because of how you dress. So in the section notes for this section, I'm going to throw in a little trap, shoulder, and back workout that you guys can do at home with a pair of dumbbells. And
awesome.
One thing that we'll look for in the future is Will's actually going to be going shopping with me to help find me some good sport coats that fit my body specifically. So we're going to have some video taken, and we'll throw that up there on the YouTube channel for you guys as soon as that happens.
Awesome. And so the last thing that I want to kind of talk about is some events that are coming out. That's one thing that I do want to make sure everyone is aware of. I think it's really important. Some events that I'm going to be attending, some events that LJ is going to be, and also Adam will be there. You're going to be there.
I'll be there.
So that's important.
Love events.
One of them is going to actually be happening on Tuesday, the 28th. It's called Business Networking with a Cause. Yami Strauss actually puts it on. It's a great cause. She picks the charity that she wants to donate to. All the money will go to. They'll have special prizes. That's going to be at 6 o'clock at the Icon in Los Olas. So that's a really great event. It's a good place to go out. You're going to see a lot of people there. So if you're into networking,
Is that the apartment building?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Icon. And so that's where it's going to be at 6 o'clock. Again, I would definitely recommend it because when you go there, not only are there great people, great conversations, but it's going towards charity.
But
also on Wednesday, was that what you wanted to get to?
No, I was just emphasizing your emphasis.
Oh, my butt. Okay, not my butt, but butt. Okay, so then on Wednesday, I highly recommend is Rising Leaders Mixer event. It's going to be at Hub Sparks, and it's going to be starting at 6 o'clock. I recommend that for selfish reasons. That one, I'm on the board with LJ, who is
the chair.
The chair.
I am the chair.
He is the chair of life. I am the sponsorship chair, and so don't say no if I ask for sponsorships.
Rising Leaders is essentially at the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce. It is our young professionals group. Now, it's not necessarily you have to be young to be in this group. You just have to be young in your profession. If you're someone new that's rising in your career, it's a great group of people. It's great networking. We usually are at some of the coolest new spots in town.
Right.
So we'd love for you to come out, meet us in person, say, hey, we heard your shitty podcast. And we'll be like, yeah!
We'll high-five you and be like, fucking right. Figure out the microphones. But the other thing is a rising leader, everyone gets confused. They're like, well, I'm 35. I can't go to a rising leader event. Or I'm 40. It doesn't matter. It's not rising in the sense of like you're young. It's rising in your career.
Right.
So,
I just said that.
Well, I know. I want to make sure I overemphasize
LJ definitely explained that.
Well, I want to emphasize it more. Because a lot of people think that when they come there, they might be at a certain age where, hey, it's for somebody who starts a business. If you just started a business, did you literally just say that?
You weren't. I guess you weren't listening.
I was not. I'm thinking about the next part. Just to reiterate what he said, yes. But anyways, I didn't hear. I thought you were talking about.
You just weren't paying attention.
No, wasn't.
Weren't paying attention to your brow.
No,
Yeah.
The reason why I wasn't paying attention. So
you don't listen, man. You don't listen to me.
I'm here for you.
And there's another event that is happening that this podcast will not be out for, But it is LJ's 1 year of BROxFire.
It is BROxFire's 1 year party, so that'll
was,
at this point that'll have been last Saturday.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for coming and supporting.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Of course, I wanted to make sure that was brought up.
Thanks, man. And the only reason that I'm there is because of people like you, and especially because of you two individually.
That's why we're
OG
here.
right here.
Helped keep me focused. It's not easy being a business person, entrepreneur, especially in your first year of business. And I made it through the first year, and it's again largely because of you guys. So I love you, bros.
Love you too,
You too,
man.
bro.
So the last
Adam
event,
just wanted that interaction, so that's why he brought it
the
up.
last event that I would recommend, and this one's just definitely not a networking event. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's called. It's going to be at Whiskey Creek Hideout. So you guys, it sounds
Wait,
like.
is that where? Oh, is this the beach one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Will Fuller invited you to this. I'm like, Will's gonna go to the beach. I'm like, how are you gonna wear your fucking like snazzy little outfits to the
No,
beach?
this will definitely be a casual outfit. It's going to be a lot of fun.
When is
It is
that?
at nighttime. It is January 31st at 5 o'clock. It's going to go 5 to 11. And it's in Dania Beach.
I want to know what to wear to a casual affair, so we should talk about that at some point.
Oh, yeah, definitely will. At another point, I will bring up casual. Like, you guys can ask me.
All right, go to a casual networking event. What is the right thing to wear?
Okay, we'll get
Well,
that at another
awesome.
time.
Well, thank you so much, William, for
Thanks, Will.
Man About Town.
You're welcome. I'll see you guys there. I hope to see everyone at that.
You know what I loved most about that segment?
What?
He didn't mention my polo.
Oh, he didn't mention your polo
I stayed away from that conversation.
because you just didn't want to have it. He didn't want to have a
I
conversation.
didn't want the
about
look.
polo.
Like I said, the look. It's creepy as fuck.
Well, hey, you know what? Like,
See, look, he's giving it. He just gave it to me now, people. You saw
what
it.
is wrong with a polo?
There's nothing. Listen, the polo he's wearing is a nice polo, but people take that as I'm going out to an event. I'm dressed up, and that is not the polo. The polo for the beach, like if we're gonna go to that event on the beach on the 31st, that is a great time to wear a polo. You can wear that with a khaki. Tuck it in, please. And that is, dude, definitely you should tuck it in. You work really hard in the gym. You want to show off that physique. If you let it hang out, it gets
long enough
wrinkled.
to tuck in.
Then that's another issue.
My
we need to talk
shoulders are
about.
too big.
Well, that's slim fit and a little bit bigger. That's what I can recommend for you. But that's another day. So what I'm saying is that people wear polos as like, I'm dressed up. And that's the problem. So,
All right. Well, thank you, Will.
Thanks, Will.
We're going to segue. We've got our style and our networking out of the way, and now we're going to segue over to understanding with Adam. Adam, what are we going to be understanding this week?
All right, so we are going to be understanding something that we all take for granted, something that we use every day to maybe get us through the day, maybe wake us up in the morning, and it was actually found on accident.
if you're thinking cocaine, it's not
like
it.
most great things. We will not talk about illicit drugs on this podcast.
Just saying. If people are
That
like,
is for a later date.
That's for the after podcast.
Yeah, that's for the after podcast.
Yeah.
Or we could have used that to kept us going through the setup for 2 hours. But
No, you just have your own version of that, right?
yes,
there.
I do.
Coca-Cola.
Yes, I do right here. Yeah, I'm not going to show the name.
What does Coca-Cola have in it, Adam?
It has caffeine, but what else has caffeine in it? Coffee.
Coffee.
Yes. Coffee is something that I love, and I get to nerd out a little bit about it. Coffee is something I love. Coffee is something that I love to learn about, and I'm going to teach you a little bit about it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Adam, what are we having right now?
What
are we having right now?
A conversation about coffee.
We're having a coffee.
Broment.
I
Yes.
tried to set that up for
I
him.
was
know,
going
he
to
didn't
say
set it up.
I was
Fucking
going to say it at the end. I was going to say
Oh, I just ruined it
No,
for you.
no,
Fuck.
but it's better because we are having a bromance.
We are,
We're
we
having
are.
a
We're having a
coffee
broment
broment.
right now. We
I
are.
like that. I think
We
it
are.
should start.
But yeah,
Just
so
having a total broment.
yeah, that's true.
All right.
But yeah, so coffee, like I said, was actually founded on accident. It was founded by a sheep herder named Caldi, Caldi, Kaldi.
Because I wanted to write on the letter. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to thank him.
Back
he
in,
alive?
back in the 15th century, he was herding his sheep.
Now,
and
this is the 15th century. Was that the 1400s or the 1500s or the 1600s?
that was the 1400s.
Okay.
Okay.
So he was he was herding his sheep, and his sheep got into this patch of berries, red berries, And basically, they started getting agitated. They wouldn't go to sleep. They kept on walking around, running away from him, things like that. So, what does any good human do? Well, he took it himself.
Yeah.
And
what the fuck are these berries?
He basically boiled it down, ate it himself, and he started becoming very energetic and agitated as well. And that is actually where coffee came from. He took it to some monks.
So you're telling me that coffee is actually a berry?
Coffee's a berry. It kind of looks like a little cherry.
That's like that's some wild shit right there, bro.
Yeah. So if you did not know
Next
what
time,
coffee
step
actually
into
looks
a
like,
Starbucks.
it is not a brown bean. It is a red berry.
Oh yeah, what about Starbucks?
Yeah, step into a Starbucks, dude. They
Yeah.
have like some of these Starbucks will have like pictures on where they get their beans from and stuff like that, and you'll see that there'll be berries in this barrel, and then next thing you know, you'll see
berries
the
in a
beans.
barrel.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be in a barrel, and then they
Barrel?
A what?
a barrel,
A
Barrel.
a barrel.
A berry barrel.
What do you
Burl.
what do you call it?
A barrel.
A barrel.
A barrel.
A berry barrel.
Okay, we're gonna
Berry barrel bromine.
We're gonna
Am I
move
saying
on
that
from,
wrong?
We're gonna
Barrel?
move on from that.
All right, bro. Keep going.
But yeah, so I mean, basically, what I was gonna ask you guys was, I feel like coffee, you kind of have experiences when you drink coffee. I know whenever I drink coffee, I think about the experience that I have. I like to use a French press, which takes a little bit longer, and I think it.
So
makes
can you
the
tell us
perfect cup of coffee.
what does a French press do?
So a French press is basically it's going to take the coffee grinds themselves. But
Okay.
You're going to use a coarse grind. You're not going to grind it until it looks like powder. You're going to tap it a couple of times. So
But isn't the powder what like you generally one pours into their?
Yes, but the grind and how you actually grind it is going to exactly
Makes a difference.
The
Okay.
extraction rates actually, yeah. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna coarse grind that a little bit, and a French press looks like a big colander. It's a glass colander, and you're gonna pour that into there, and then you're gonna pour a little bit of water over that. You're just gonna pour a little bit, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna bloom the coffee. You're gonna bloom it.
Bloom it.
Yeah, so you're going to let that sit for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Stir it a little bit, and then you're going to fill it up to where you want and how much coffee you actually want.
Oh, awesome.
And then the press part of it is a plunger that you're going to put on top of it that has mesh, and you're going to slowly press that down. And what it's going to do is going to separate the grinds from the actual water, which you'll get the coffee from.
See, I gotta say something though. That sounds all beautiful and lovely, but ain't nobody got time for that fucking shit.
I do.
So here I think
That's
is
what
an
I meant by
important
an
distinction.
experience.
I know it's an experience, but would you just...
Well, it's kind of about no. It's really about being present with it and just like enjoying the experience of it.
I know,
Zary
but
rolls his eyes at that.
yeah, I did.
Let me guess. Keurig?
No.
Okay.
I have a machine that grinds it for me, presses it for me, and then it comes out at the right temperature.
Yeah, but I think what Adam is talking about is being able to enjoy the experience of creating the coffee for you.
You're creating something.
I know that we live in a world that it's efficiency and expediency overall, but I think there's something to be said for enjoying the experience.
No, I
of
agree
it.
enjoying it, but
I don't know the last time you ever enjoyed an experience of just like sitting.
Well,
and just
I don't
being-
know if you can enjoy experiences.
Yeah, I don't know if you can enjoy experiences.
I think I can.
You're like, can we get to the next experience?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
What the fuck is the next one? No, but I was in when I was
butt
in
hurts.
when I was in
Yeah, these stools are not.
I might stand for
dude,
it.
his has got a fucking pad.
I know, but it's like fucking uncomfortable as fuck. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, no kidding. Chair doctor. So the thing is like when I was in Sicily, I remember I was enjoying espresso, and it was like I was enjoying the moment. I was sitting there looking at the view, and I was enjoying it, but it was there. I just like to enjoy the coffee part, the experience of putting it together, like just getting it made. I just want to push a button, grind it, and it comes out.
All right, so great.
Yeah, that's the difference. between
Continue,
you and
Adam.
Yeah, there is a difference.
Yeah. And then also, it's a lot of people just boil the water, just bring it to a, just a boil.
I love you.
And just put it over it. The perfect temperature for a cup of coffee is actually 195 degrees. It's actually right before that water.
Now, can I ask you a question? Serious question.
Yeah,
when you're
go
doing the
ahead.
French press, do you have to do the temp?
Yeah.
See, fuck.
You have to do the what?
You have to. Oh shit! It's 193.
Well, I mean, you take it
180.
off right before it boils.
What?
Take it off right before it boils.
When does it boil?
Water boils at 200 and
Yeah, but you walk away and it's at 200. Now
Once
you're
again,
your
you're
coffee.
enjoying the experience. What are you doing walking away?
It's experiential.
You're gonna watch water boil?
Actually, if you ever watch it, it doesn't boil.
It's awesome.
Why?
I don't know.
It's a saying that watched water doesn't boil.
Okay. So, all right. So, yeah.
So basically, and also, I feel like a lot of these other places, like these Keurig, like the Keurigs and
You're
the
looking at
places
me.
that just.
I don't have a Keurig.
I hope you don't. I really
I don't. I have a very nice
It doesn't
machine.
make good coffee.
Why? I mean, we have a Keurig here at the gym. It was a gift.
Yeah, but that's why I don't drink your coffee.
Whoever got LJ that gift.
It was what I would call enlightened self-interest. Enlightened self-interest is when you buy a gift for somebody that really benefits you, but you're like, here's a gift. So it was two of my morning members who really want their coffee fix, and they were like, LJ, we got you this coffee maker so that we can make coffee for ourselves in the morning.
Generous.
And I was like, oh, so did you just buy me something that I now have to like maintain, buy all the supplies for and fill? But they were amazing, and they like continually bring coffee for it. So
well, they knew their role.
thank you, Dustin and Steven.
Yeah,
So
it's awesome.
But coffee can also be used for other things. And coffee in the morning can be a great stimulant. It could be a great start to the day. Also, it's a really good antioxidant for the body. If you didn't know that.
is that why I want to take a big shit after I drink coffee?
Well, it's a GI stimulant as well. So yes, it could
Get your
help.
body going.
Oh, gastrointestinal.
Yes, exactly.
Good one.
So it can help start that
Start that
good
process.
BM. It could be a BM movement.
Awesome, man. Well, I really do appreciate this knowledge on the berry thing about the sheep. I thought that was cool. The word agitated, I don't know why somebody wants to be agitated. And then
Do you want to know something? That's the word that they used. Like when I was looking at the history, they're like, the sheep became agitated. I'm like,
Well, that's
okay.
actually in cooking, right? It's you agitate. There are certain ingredients that you agitate.
Do you agitate the sheep?
I've never had sheep to agitate.
That's a weird question. I'm really uncomfortable with that question. I don't know how you would agitate
boy.
that.
Well, thank you so much, Adam,
Yeah.
for that.
Bromant.
You
A
just,
coffee
like,
bromant.
There we go. Good.
I know you can't. We need
And
two
I'm
guys.
gonna come up. And what I
need
really
fucking
want to
cue
do.
cards.
I know what I'm interested in.
We need an
we're holding it
assistant.
up.
We're
Adam,
hiring. If
Adam,
you
is your
want to
moment.
stand here and be Adam's cue card holder,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Sometimes
can
I
be
need
out
that.
of frame, and we'll appreciate it.
Yeah. And we won't talk about you.
But I know that I'm interested in a lot of things. I listen to a lot of podcasts that go into a lot of history about stuff. But when we put up the Facebook page and when we have that type of stuff, I would like to get what the listeners would want to learn about.
Yeah, we'd
and I
love
would like
that.
to go
Right
into
on.
that. I listen to a bunch of different things. The other day I learned how to crack a safe. I don't know if that's okay to talk about, but it's what interests me.
Bank robbery brought to you by Adam Holder.
Good luck.
And you're a banker.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to segue into GoPro, bro,
There it is.
which is a little bit about how to be a professional bro. So we throw this word bro around a lot. Our podcast is called BROxFire, but it's stylized, as you can see, it's bro in the title of it. And we feel that we are all bros. So I wanted to kind of throw it out here to my bros. So bros, what does it mean to you to be a bro?
It means to be a best friend, to be family. When I call someone bro, I don't just throw it around.
It's brother.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
brother.
Yeah.
So it's something that I definitely think about.
Brotherin'.
Someone who's close, someone that I can call family, someone that I can go to.
Yeah, and it's not something that to be said lightly. And I think, I think men say man, dude, bro a lot. Like,
Right.
what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
I say
What's
man.
up, bro?
I say man a lot.
Yeah.
I say that to people I don't know.
Yeah.
A guy held the door open for me today after work. And I was like, thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, but you didn't call him bro.
No,
You
that's what I'm
call him
saying.
bro.
I've
Like,
actually
I
had
throw
somebody
around
call
man,
me bro,
dude.
and I'm just like,
You're not my. You're
I don't
we're not your
fucking know you.
bro.
Are you
Yeah.
on the Powder Puff chat? No, I don't think so.
Not many people are on the Powder Puff chat.
No, not like they wanted to, and he was weirded out when I said that to him. But no, I didn't say it.
I think, one of the things that the conception is, I'm sure go and talk about things like toxic masculinity and kind of the concept of being masculine and being a man, is that there, a lot of times with being a bro, it gets made fun of as like you're some,
musclehead.
Yeah, musclehead, but douchebag jerk off. And what we're saying is that
the guy who didn't vote for Jeter, definitely a douchebag.
Definitely not a bro.
Yeah, 100% not.
But we're kind of talking about how we're using it in a way to relate to each other and bring ourselves closer together, because I know that I think this, and I'm sure my bros will agree with me, it's important as an adult man in a professional setting or just in your life to have other men in your life that support you and that you support. I think having a brotherhood around you that you can help grow, that can help grow you, is really, really important to being a professional man, being a professional bro in your life. And that kind of segues into, what does it mean to be a pro bro? So my journey has been, in the past year and a half, I moved down to Fort Lauderdale. I went through a divorce. I tore my pec. I lost my job. And I had a dream. I had a vision. I wanted to open a gym. And I said, fuck it. I am going to go somewhere I want to be. And I loved Fort Lauderdale. I fell in love with it when I moved here. A lot of people said I was crazy for opening up a business in a city that I knew nothing about. I said, yeah, probably, but I'm going to do it anyways. And so this whole experience has taught me a lot, especially in the past year, about what it means to be a professional bro. And what I say that, what I mean is that every experience that I've had with the business and with, doing things like Leadership Fort Lauderdale, doing things like the Chamber of Commerce, has provided me so many opportunities for growth. Right. And being a pro bro is really about having a mindset of everything is an opportunity to help you grow. Right. So whenever you're in a shitty situation, or whatever you perceive that you're putting a judgment on as shitty, or it's whatever, where's the growth? Like, what is something that you can learn from that situation? So this segment in particular will be talking about situations where I have had some personal and professional growth.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thanks.
It's pro. Bro.
Well, I'm waiting for it. I'm excited for it.
I'm quiet because I just kind of want to get your feedback on opportunities for personal and professional growth, maybe in your guys' lives, that you see the value in that.
I think we always should, focus on trying to grow, trying to get better. I'm not a big fan of being content. People could stay in the same job, stay in the same career. That's not a bad thing. What I mean content is like they're just happy to just do the minimum. And I'm always the type of person that wants to, even if you're not going to grow that way, I want you to grow in life, grow in your business, be better than you were yesterday. And I think that's important, and I think a lot of people lack that. So seeing what you're doing, that's a challenge, but you're also challenge yourself every day.
And I love that. And I think that you have a real bro in your life if they also will point things out to you that maybe you don't want to talk about, that maybe you don't see. And I think part of being a bro is having that comfortability to like call each other on our shadow sides, our shit, our mistakes, and be like, bro, like what happened here? Like, we all have friendships together, but we all have individual relationships with each other, right, where we've had conversations where we're like, hey, what was this about, bro? Or like, what's going on here? And I think that's so important to be able to have that experience, because it ultimately helps us all grow.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the experience that I had. It was a couple weeks ago now. So long story short, we talked about in the beginning of the program, we talked about development that's happening in Fort Lauderdale. And one of the byproducts of that is, while there is a lot of development happening, there's also a lot of construction that happens along with that. Right. And along with that comes things like road closures, electricity going out, people scrambling to find parking. It becomes territorial. So I had an opportunity last week with Leadership Fort Lauderdale to go down to City Hall and participate in a panel discussion with a couple developers in the city, with a couple of people who were a part of the Downtown Development Authority, and also one of the city managers. And what was really, really cool, or not one of the city managers, I'm sorry, one of the city commissioners. No, I believe it was the city manager. what was really cool about that was just hearing about all the growth that's happening in our city from both the developer side and from the city government side, and also from sort of a watchdog organization like the DDA. And because essentially they are a state chartered organization that represents commercial interests while residential projects are being developed. Right. And so what I've experienced personally is right now what's happening is right across the street from my gym, there is a development. There is I believe it's a 200, 300 unit apartment building that's going up. Ultimately, it's going to be a boon for my business for this block. But like I mentioned, there have been some road closures, there's been some electricity issues, and it's caused the small business owners on the block a little bit of concern. And I raised my hand and I asked a question and said, basically, how can we as small business owners and as developers and as the city all work together so that while we're doing this development and this growth, that nobody's stepping on each other's toes and we're all sort of getting along. And one of the developers said that when he has one of his projects, what he does is he makes sure that his project manager goes and visits all of the neighbors, whether they're commercial or residential, introduces themselves and says, hey, this is going to be our project. And, for whatever reason, that didn't happen for me specifically. And an aha moment went off and was like, I was treating this situation, I was getting frustrated about what was going on with the road closures, with everything happening. I was treating it like I had no control over the situation. And in a lot of ways, we do have situations in our lives we have absolutely zero control over. But control what you can control. And that's kind of my lesson for today. So if I looked at that situation, right, what did I actually have control over? I actually could go find the project manager. I could go figure out how to have a conversation. So what I did is one of the representatives from the DDA offered to get together with the developer and the project manager and me and meet and talk. And I just thought that was so cool because it was somebody else saying, hey, I'm going to help you manage this situation. And for a little bit, I felt a little bit like, fuck, like, why didn't I think of that? And I was kind of down on myself about it. And I was like, these people are solving the problem for me. But it was an opportunity for growth because now I know that even though I am a small business owner, I do have a voice, I do have an opinion, and I can step up in a situation where it may seem like I don't have any control, because initially I was like, what, parking, everything's going to be screwed, and I was kind of freaking out about it, worried about you guys, how you guys are going to find parking, and basically telling myself, well, I can't do anything about it, I'm just, small potatoes. Yeah. But I had some control in the situation. So long story short, we ended up meeting, having a great conversation. The developers were really, really friendly, really great. I met the project manager, and now they've made it so that the parking situation is solved. They're keeping their workers on the other side of the parking lot so that our clients can use the parking lot over here. And it was a really great connection because we all want to be neighborhood partners with each other. They're going to benefit from my business, and I'm going to benefit from their business. So the thesis of what I'm saying today, guys, is really all about when you are confronted with an issue, what are the variables in this situation that you can personally influence? Because I think a lot of times what we do is we disempower ourselves and we say, we have no control. I can't do anything about this. We throw our hands up. We're like, this happened to me. Instead of being like, well, what can I actually do in this situation? So what I wanted to ask you guys is there anything that has happened to you recently where initially you thought, I have no control over this, and then you were like, you know what? Actually, I do. I can make some sort of quantifiable change in this situation. So,
Yeah. I mean, I do remember that, very clearly. I mean, like it was yesterday. And it was frustrating. And coming from your point of view as a business owner, I can see how frustrating it was. And being a member, it was frustrating. We're used to being able to come down here, when we want, at the time that we need to, getting parking right outside, maybe parking on the street because of everything that was happening. But we weren't even able to park on the street. We couldn't even do that. So, having to be turned around, find your own parking someplace else, walk down the street, things like that, it was frustrating. But we have to do what we can control. Like you were saying, we find the parking, we walk here, and once we get here, we have a good time, which is the best part. But something that happened in my life, it actually happened right before the holidays. Something that I really didn't have control over, something I didn't really have a say in. Was at almost the end of 3 years of building a company with two other individuals that I look up to highly. was merged and sold into another company. At that point, I felt lost. I didn't really know what was going on. And I talked to both of you about it. I felt lost. I kind of went inside myself and didn't really know what to do. And you two kind of helped me just come back out and say, okay, well, what can I really control about this?
Which is your reaction to the situation, right? That's what you can control.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I can't control what the other, what anybody else did, but I can control what my action would be. And I just continue to do what I did. I can, and if anything, it helped build my personal brand because I started focusing on myself a little bit more. I started searching outside and finding things that I can do for myself.
So I'm just reflecting back to what you said. Was it like a moment of you accepted what present reality was?
Yeah.
Right? So instead of fighting it or being upset about it, you were like, this is what it is.
Right.
Now what?
Exactly.
And from there, you were able to be like, okay, what can I do now? So I think part of this experience of controlling what you can control, I think the first step of that is accepting what is, and instead of resisting what is.
Right. Yeah. And now it turned into something that I'm going to be a part of a bigger picture. And it's just going to be awesome all around.
That's
I'm
awesome,
really
dude.
looking forward to it.
I'm so fucking pumped to hear that. I think that's awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
What about you?
So, not to get into too detail, but I was kind of put into a situation where I was asked to handle a lot of different things. And at that time, I felt a little overwhelmed because I was taking on a lot of things. I'm on the board with Gildas Club, Rising Leaders, my work, and then I was getting, I have a lot of networking events I have, and then there was a couple of other things that were asked of me, and I was sitting back and I was thinking to myself, like, this is a lot. And one of the things is when you're saying about control what you can control, that was exactly what I needed to do. And I stepped back and I said, I can control this. There's people in this world who do so much shit and they're able to handle it. And what I need to do is I just need to make sure I put every little thing in place. So I was taken back a little bit at first when I got this, and I was just like, really? This is going to be overwhelming. This is going to actually take me for a ride that I don't know if I'm ready for. But then at the same time, I'm like, I'm ready for this. I can do this. I can handle this.
So you started in a place of disempowerment,
right,
and then found yourself in a place of empowerment,
right,
where you decided that you could actually
control it.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily control. Like, you're not controlling the outcome, but you're at least controlling
how I go about it.
100%.
Right. So I have to just become more structured, and I'm a pretty structured person, but I needed to be structured in a different way.
You needed to recalibrate. You needed to step back out of it and be like, okay, like, here's all the moving chess pieces, right, in my life right now. And like, you can't be super focused into any one of them. You have to figure out how they all integrate together.
Right. And
that's awesome.
And the one thing that I always want to tell people and anybody who's listening, nobody is on the outside, you look like you're handling it. Like, if anybody was to see Adam, they would be like, yeah, Adam's got this. He just merged. He's got this. And then deep down inside, but that's the best part about it. And I've realized that, and that's what made it easier for me. People don't know what you're going to, just as long as you just handle it, take control of it, and ride it, people are going to be like, wow, they handled like a champ. Even though you're like, I was sweating. I was like emotional. I was stressed out. The people don't realize that, but that's part of the process. Like, everyone. It's hindsight's 2020, right? Oh, I should have done this. I should have gotten that ask, and I should have just went with it. You should have heard the news, and you should have been like, yeah, this is gonna be fucking great.
Well, but now I think having these unique experiences that we've had, the next time we come up against something similar, we now have a frame of reference. We have some context to draw from,
right,
where we're like, okay, instead of reacting like an unprofessional bro and a little spoiled brat or a baby or whatever it is, throw your temper tantrum. We all should. I'm a big proponent of, like, feel your feelings, throw your temper tantrum, and then once you do that, be like, okay, that's out of the way. How are we moving forward from this situation from a place of clarity and a place of command?
And then I think the best part about it is that when you learn something, pass it down. Pass it along. Educate somebody.
Right.
So like what you're doing and what we're doing, telling this story, I think it's important that we're educating people because other people are going to go through the same stuff.
And we
that's what I
feel
love
you,
about
and
this.
we connect with you because we're all there. And I think part of this, being a bro,
Right.
is having the ability to be vulnerable with each other and be like, I sucked at this, or like, this is a situation that I kind of fucked up, but what did I learn from it? And I think that's super fucking alpha, that's masculine to be like, yes, this happened, but I learned from it, and now I'm fucking crushing it. So,
Awesome.
yeah, so go pro, bro. So, yeah,
You didn't even pause that time.
I didn't go pro.
Bro.
There you go.
Well,
There you go.
guys, I think that just about does it for us.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I think that was a good one.
Yeah, I think it was. It was our first kind of journey into this podcast experience. We're super, super pumped that you guys joined us for this, if you're still.
So you're still there.
Thank you.
Yes.
And we're going to be doing this as often as we can to share with you what's going on in our lives. We're going to be putting up a link on our website, which will be BROxFireFitness.com. It'll be part of the BROxFire website about our podcast, where you can get in touch with us and find out about what we're doing, some events that we're going to be at. We want this to be an interactive experience. We want to get to know you guys as you guys are getting to know us. And I do want to do another surprise little thing here is I want one of you gentlemen to have the last word. So today, Adam, you are going to have the last word. What would you like to say?
Wow. Thanks for like springing on me. I mean, it is a surprise. The last word is going to be that I think that this is going to be something that we're going to look back on, and it's going to help us with our personal growth. And I appreciate you two as my bros.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's it.
All right.
I don't get
Thank
to say
you,
anything.
guys. Nope.
You got the last word.
Fuck off, Will.
Listen, I was supposed to have the last word.
Thank you guys for watching and listening to the BROxFire podcast. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
All right.
Shut up and sit down.